else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm leaning like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I talk lots of shit like my bitches are dangerous. They didn't know me once, so I left them with wishes. You know it's that drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, I swear to God, I'm Luke, ain't kid. Money, turn it up, mama. Gon' snap her some dope, her hair great like a grandma. You know my ice blingin' like Dolce, like a panda. Roll it, hold it, I couldn't control, shout it like a channel. My racks are squeaking on that pot and I hop in that Rari, I crank on like water. Horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'ma move me so no like confusion. I'ma go in that bit with a ruler. I'ma toast me a nigga like Schroeder's. I'ma keep a red flag on them buller. I know some roller spaces like a duelist. Yeah, I'm screaming on my car like cool. When I snort it, I feel like I was aborted. If I ever died, baby, better drop was for. I been getting money before the music for Pandora. I just do this shit when I get bored. Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. We got London on the track.
Today, we're going to talk about some Dinger Tuesday plays, craft up winners on the diamond, and let's cash another squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Well, Jovan, the Orioles have now lost 7 games in a row. What a fucking joke. 15-31, more than 15 games under 500. You just got swept by the Nats. I haven't seen the Nats sweep a team, let alone the Orioles, I don't think in my lifetime. I'm all for reading a good book in the off season when your fucking feet are in the sand and you don't have a baseball game to worry about. Mid-season when you got a 6 ERA, fucking lock in, buddy. Put the books down. Grab a baseball. Hit the fucking treadmill, Trevor.
Which the Cubs are a team where if you give them like a single-pronged approach, simple approach at the plate, they can only key in on one pitch, which with Mick Abel is exactly what you have to do. They have been demolishing those pitchers every single time they see it. They ain't stopping now. I'm buying in. We're seeing a shootout.
320 feet. I could hit a ball that far. I mean, when do we normalize celebrating pop-ups? Aaron Judge, typical me guy move. Hitting a nuke there instead of just putting the ball in play. And look, he didn't make the dimensions of the park, but he decided to play in them, and that shit pisses me off.
I got too much to live, no time to forget. No chrome, yeah, I got this shit on my head. You grown, shit, no, I don't got time for this. Alone, you just want something.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 728 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you are not using Bookit Sports on the App Store or Google Play every single day and you're betting on sports, what are you doing? Check out Bookit Sports today, the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. Got 100 other features as well on that app. Go check it out yourself, WPickit. I use it every single day, multiple times. WPickit, WPAX Picks, coming in with a resub along with C Goodies. Jovan, how about a 2-piece to get the day started? 2 subbies coming in from C Goodies and PAX Picks. Sure.
2-piece. Way to set the tone, fellas.
Oi. W Ron. Ron, I saw that you're doing a stream tomorrow, a little 2-piece stream. Speaking of 2 pieces, wow. I saw Ron's doing a Twitter Spaces tomorrow to go over the PLL weekends, along with a couple boxes of pack openings for the PLL. I think he got 2 boxes of the new cards. He's going to rip through them. I cannot wait to see that, Ron. Make sure you put that on video. We're going to need to see that. And make sure you post the recording as well if the people aren't able to tune in. W Ron, W Chew lurking in the chat. Capri Soft lurking. Good to see you as well. Appreciate the early subbies. W packs picks and C goodies. Jovan, W squad ride yesterday.
Sure.
Great
Shout
call.
out the Pens for doing job, as they should.
Yeah. I mean, we knew the Arizona pen was shit. I guess the Padres were due for some shit.
Yeah, they didn't have any arms
W's.
to go to.
Yeah.
So that was goated.
Yep. LMNG, yes, we will be there for Friday's games. Actually, extremely excited. We're heading out to Chicago tomorrow, and we're going to do some content with the PLL this week, and we're going to the games on Friday. It looks pretty fucking cool. The games are at Northwestern's like football stadium, which is right on the water, I believe. The stadium looks really fucking sick. So, yeah, if you guys are local, if you're in Chicago, hit the games on Friday, or if you can't make it on Friday when we're going, hit the games on Saturday. Could be fun. Little two-piece there. You could go both as well. I know Chewy's going. Cannot wait to meet Chewy. And I'm sure we'll see a couple other goats as well. I think BA Sports said he's going to make his way over there. Ron, I mean, you're already moving and grooving, going to all these games all over the East Coast. I'm assuming you will not be there, but I would love to see as many people as possible this weekend in Chicago. Very excited for the PLL and the games on Friday. Sure. We got Chew, LMNG, Sunnyside, Jay Measy going. Hell yeah, that's a squad. W's. Jovan, we did cash the squad ride last night, but yeah, Pax Picks asking the right questions in the chat right now. Is Zach Gallen back?
He's had a couple of good starts. I just need to see him do it against a good, hot offense. Then I might buy back in. Because the Padres
can you at least agree that
shit right now?
Eye test, night and day, last two starts, strikeout stuff is back. I'm seeing some improvements.
Last night, the Padres had a lot of really bad swings. Last start, I can say it looked better. The Padres yesterday just looked lost.
Looked a little lost at the dish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say last night was a lot more. Yeah, 10K game before, he looked a lot better. Worse team too, but last night I think was a lot more Padres bad than Gallen good, but it could be a sign.
Yep. W YouTube chatters as well. I see you guys lurking. We got Matt lurking, Lucky Johnson, Lex Joseph. I know OSRS. We got to be better about starting on time. That's on me. Okay. C goodies and Pax Picks. You guys are goated for the pre-BTL subbies. Nothing makes my day more than tuning in to BTL. We got the fucking countdown going. You guys are already splooging subbies before our beautiful faces are even up here. That's heart. Not a lot of people show that amount of heart. We appreciate you guys. Any recs, any places we got to hit in Chicago this weekend, let me know. There is a wing spot I've been meaning to try for years that my buddy keeps telling me every time I go out there. He says, you got to fucking go there. And I got to look up the name. I think it's called Bird's Nest. Any locals been to Bird's Nest before? Let me know. Apparently that place has the best wings in town. Might need to go check that out. We got Ron Mux coming in, giving out a subby. Let's go, Ron. Atta boy.
Shout out, Ron.
Al's Italian Beef. Yeah, I've heard good things about Al's.
I think we went there, didn't we?
Did we go to Al's? It sounds familiar.
We
did go to one place outside of Wrigley Field that was not just Portillo's. That might have been it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it.
Okay. That might have been it.
Like in the middle of the road, kind of.
Yep. All right, you guys are gassing up Bird's Nest. Johnny's Italian Beef is apparently really good. Okay, Small Cheval. I've heard good things about All Cheval and Small Cheval. Yep. Good burgers, right? Pretty tapped in, been doing some recon, some research and some recon. Been looking around. We got some options. We do. Very, very excited for the PLL. Yep, I've heard good things about P-Quads. That place is apparently kind of far away, though, LMNG. But and then Kyle's got to ruin it. Got to go to Moz Beef. I bet. Is this your last stream of? I was just trying to have a healthy and normal combo. Next thing you know, it's ruined from Kyle B. Yeah, last stream, last BTL of the week. We will post our Sharp Report plays though the next couple days. We will. Okay, so you'll still have the Sharp Reports. You're not going to have BTL though the next couple days. We're going to have our hands full with PLL content. Okay, I'm going to bring my glove to the Home Run Derby. Are you proud of me, Dilly Dill? Grow up. Grow up. No, do not bring your glove. You have two fucking hands that God gave you. Use them.
Krabs,
you know how fucking cool you look when you catch a ball with the bare hands?
If you're sitting in the outfield and you got 120 off the bat, James Wood coming at you, you're not catching that with your hands.
Bro, the respect you gain from the whole section. catching that shit barehanded. You're going to hear that from across the diamonds.
You're not catching it, though. You're just simply not.
No, I'm catching it. Are you kidding me? You see me out there on the diamonds? You used to call me Scoop Machine. I'm catching that shit. I'm catching that shit. Breaking, first-year Ole Miss head coach Tim Nuck found unresponsive in GTA in his Oxford penthouse on Tuesday. Authorities are investigating if foul play was involved. Should not be laughing at this because it sounds really weird, but I am. Recent discovery showed Nuck had a history of abuse, substance abuse. Okay, Carson, we just had to go there. That was a copy paste there from the Bookit account. Trent, unbelievable.
Coach
all
Nuck.
in GTA.
R.I.P.
Trent. They don't make bad players like you in this game anymore in the Big 2-5. Usually by now, people know how to operate a game. They know how to throw a football. They know how to make a stop. They know how to maybe get a pick. I've never seen Trent get one pick. How? You know how fucking easy it is to throw and make picks in college football 25 and 26? It cannot be easier. Not one pick. Oh. All right. Yep. I had you by the fucking balls. Trent, hold the L. Do I need to get up and do the Fortnite dance? Hold it. Hold that L. All right, 69 Nice in the YouTube saying, Krabs, you got to go to All Cheval. Dude, I know. I've heard such good things. That's where they crack the fucking egg on the burger. It looks so good, and then it'll be $40. Probably worth it, though. Probably worth it. All right, I'll keep that in mind. That's certainly on the list. You guys know I love my note sheets, and that is on the short list of spots to hit. Last call, if you guys got any wrecks in Chicago that we got to hit besides Moss Beef, grow up Kyle B, let me know. Let me know in the chat, and we will go through it and see if there's any W wrecks. Unbelievable, Jovan. All right, did Jovan cover spreads? Yeah, Jovan did cover the spread because I absolutely folded like a Dollar Tree lawn chair against Jovan. Played a great 3.5 quarters, and I blew it.
That was one of the most unbelievable fourth quarter chokes I've ever seen, Krabs. That was Cal Miami level.
Yep. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Got to hit up Benihana's. Chew, they have those everywhere, my man.
It's 5 seconds away here.
Can we go to Hooters with Chew?
That could be the difference.
That could be different.
Maybe we go to Hooters with Chew. I'd rather go there than, I'd rather go to Chewy's home sports bar.
Yeah, get us
a place that could go down the street from me.
Get us hooked up at the local Hooters, Chew, please.
Chewy, you know a guy? Can you get us a table? I know it gets pretty packed on the weekends. All right. Let's take a peep at the Sharp report while I read through some of these chats. Does Krabs know he was the 1 seed? Of course I was the 1 seed. It's the fucking Hokies. Get some respect around these parts. Love to see it. All right. Pretty solid day, Jovan. 4-1 from you. Let's clap it up. David Fry, him. Navarez, him. Both those cashed, I think, in their last at-bats, or at least in the latter half of the game. Better late than never. Great fucking
Fry
call,
certainly
Jovan.
did. I don't remember if Narvaez did last AB, but
he was definitely a late splooger.
Yeah, it was off the pen.
Nice. Jovan, great call on the Guardians.
Short. They're never losing that game.
A rare catch the falling knife and catch the handle, and you're safe and you make coins. That was very impressive.
When the knife,
very, very impressive. Great call.
When the knife is going against a team that just swept the Dodgers in LA.
Yeah.
You got to
put your hand great spot. Great spot. Great call. And yes, Tanner Bybee can Ligma. Yes, chat. I agree. Trent, I'm sorry. Pax Picks, I know you're on it as well. Tanner Bybee can Ligma, but look, the guards did job, so cannot complain too much. Jovan, great call on that over. Also, the D-backs did win that game too, somehow, some way. That was pretty cool. Should have been 4-1 for me, but the Reds blew it in the top of the fifth.
Horrific try out there in Cincy, man.
Oh. New Surge Stream rule starts today. Okay. Sure. I'm excited to see that in action.
Rule.
Okay. I'm excited. Hey, Jovan, David Fry in the 9th. Yeah, Chew. Great call there from Jovan. Great call. 3-2, I think, for me yesterday. Nothing to write home about, but we will take it. Pretty good day overall. Pretty good day overall. Okay. New rule. Cook actual winners. Yeah, Trent, I think you run that bit back.
How did the actual winners lineup actually do?
Yeah, I need a recap on that one. How did the actual winners lineup do? I'm assuming Tanner Bybee probably caked it and it went 3 for 4, if I had to guess. Okay. Junk also chalk. Yeah, somehow Junk. He might just be fucking good.
Might be good.
He might be kind of good. He might be kind of good. All right. Yeah. W, we get the surge stream after this as well today. So you guys are blessed. Stick around, get those sell jobs ready. I want to see some new faces on the stream today. That'd be cool. So if you've been on the fence about going on the surge stream before, do me a favor, get a sell job ready. You got over an hour right now. Lock in. Pitch Trent a winner, please. Help him out. Lord knows he needs it.
Yeah, you can't
Right?
be much worse than me. I'm like 0-3. Never went back on. So yeah.
Oh, Goots, you're dope. You're fucking dope.
Might be so.
Rumor has it Brent Pry turned it around and locked in the 1 seeds. Yes.
Did do that.
How about Brent Pry locking in, backs against the wall? Sure. Turns out the Hokies might have a pretty darn good tight end. Learned that last night too. Benji Goss now. I didn't know he's going to be this good, or at least he's getting the respect in college football 26. They have him in an 85 over.
He's goated. Oh, GG audio potentials? No. W Goots.
Goots, let me know how the Salisbury tight end is, my man. How's he looking for this year? We got Lieutenant Goose coming in resubbing. Come on now. Come on now. I've gotten a couple DMs over the last couple days with this Nats, firing and all this bullshit. And I'll keep this one quick, Goots. You're lucky. But people are saying, you know what, Krabs? Number one, I feel bad for you. Number two, I've actually became a Natitude fan. Some people even said hashtag Natitudes because of all my yapping. And they feel like they're on board at this point. They feel like they've become a secondary team for a lot of you guys out there. So those messages are, by the way, rare, nice messages. And
Dude,
they make my day.
How did you just
They make
squeak
my
the
day.
Nats in here? I was so
I'm
confused
growing
on
Natitudes.
what the segue was.
I'm growing Natitude out here.
We were
growing.
talking about you just got muted for the Hokies, unrelated sub bang with no comment. And then we're just
my
in the
point
DMs
was-
about Natitude. How did
My
we
point
get
was maybe I'll turn Goots into not only a hashtag Natitude fan like I've been trying. Remember Goots, that James Wood bobble. All I gotta do is say hashtag Natitude. It's yours. That's all I gotta do. Maybe I'll turn Goots into a Hokies fan, considering his school doesn't have a fucking team. That was my segue.
We have a team. And go Irish.
Okay.
And hashtag
Well,
Brandon.
Goots. Also, people forget Dan Quinn went to Salisbury.
there? He did.
People do forget that, actually. You're right. You're right. The Hokies would do what Lauren did to Trent in college football 26 last night to the Salisbury football team now. Let's not forget that. It'd be 130-0. Okay? 130-0. And Jacob Murray goes, and here we go again. With that being said, Jake Irvin just gave up a grand slam. Bookie Robert, he might. He might give up a grand slam in the first and then lock in and pitch 5 perfect innings afterwards. He's been doing that a lot. Pretty annoying. We'll talk about the Nats here in a moment. Okay? We'll talk about them in a moment. Natitude was low when I had them ML down 10-0 to the Red Sox on the 4th of July. Yep, Tanner. That's the biggest trap in all the land. You can never take the Nats on the 4th of July. Shit never hits. Shit actually never hits.
Scott in
all right.
YouTube chat said he just picked up Sorsby on Ultimate Team CFC 26. He's diving.
Wow.
That's a ball knower, dude.
Wow.
A ball knower.
How did he pick him up? I'm confused. Oh, they have Ultimate Team in
Ultimate
in College
Team,
Football
yeah.
26 now. Really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is that a new feature this year?
No, they had it last year.
They had it last year? Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's just the one game that's not as fun to play online on Ultimate Team because it's just pretty much pay to win when you get past a week of the game.
Yep. All right, chat. We got a lot to get to today. We got a lot of baseball to talk about. We got some Dinger Tuesday stuff we're going to go over. But first, we got to talk about the winners on the diamonds on the straight bets for the Sharp Report, folks. We'll do that. We'll do PrizePicks Squares. Let's start out with some winners on the diamonds. Yeah, that's a good looking card right there, Jovan, huh?
I mean, just what the Nats, the Yanks, the Orioles,
should go well.
all on the same card.
They should go well. Yep. How about that, chat? Feast your eyes. Take a good look. You might never see this shit again. Got the Orioles involved. I didn't have the sack to put the Orioles ML in here, but they're winning today. Orioles, Nats, and the Yankees all fucking involved. That should go well. Sean Beasy, yep. Cannot wait for football to start so we can start firing up those BTL Fridays in vintage form and going over all of the weekend stuff like we did last year. We're going to bring back all the goods. All right? Cannot wait. Nats on Krabs card. We will probably see them tomorrow too. Lol. Nope, Big Cheesy. Actually, no, you won't. You'll see them today and today only because I get a pass today. Jovan, you want to tell them why?
Yeah, he does get a pass. It is coach fired system.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Sure. All Krabs teams, T-Ben Steak says. Yep. All my teams. And Juan Soto involved too, sneakily. Can't forget about that.
Yeah, that's like a
we'll start out with the over.
Unbelievable squeakage from you.
Remember when people freaked out about Juan Soto not Soto shuffling for a month? And now he's the best hitter in baseball? You remember that?
I do remember that.
Absolutely ridiculous. If you were out there, I'm talking about the people in the chat or the people listening. If you were out there hating on Juan Soto a month or two ago, I mean, come on. Come on. Guys, 1 month does not mean squat on the diamonds. Doesn't mean anything. Now he's back shuffling and low-key the hottest hitter in baseball. They gave him the best, MLB The Show card that just came out the other day for last month. The dude is on fuego. On fuego. As we get a subby coming in from Matt Gauthier. 30-piece, hold the fucking fry. Oi. Let's go, Matt Gauthier. A 30-month resub. Holy smokes. W69 Nice in the YouTube as well, saying that's a 3-0 card. I think it is too. Does the coach fired system still play? Hell yeah, dig that. You kidding me? Is it more profitable in NHL and NFL? Yes, it is. But do you have to play it every time responsibly? Or else there's no reason to at all because you're going to pick the wrong spots. And then the times you don't play it, it's going to hit. Also, yes. To play it responsibly, Nats on the ML. Okay? That one's a system play. I'm not going to really sit up here and sell you much, although I will say, you guys are going to think I'm fucking around when I say this, but first game with a new coach, first game after the changes are made, playing against a good team as well on the road, Jovan, up there in St. Louis. I'll be honest, would not want to have anybody else in the bump for the Nats than Jake Irvin. I'm dead ass. Check the Carfax. Check the data. He did it again last start. I know he did not have, the greatest start of all time, Jovan, but he locked in after having a terrible first inning, gave up 3 runs in the first inning to the Tigers, including that home run to Torkelson. But then after that, he was nails. He locked in. He settled in. And he does what Jake Irvin does. And that's when the lights are bright or you're playing against a good team, he actually pitches well. When he's playing against a shit team or the game doesn't matter, he gives up 8 runs. It's the weirdest thing ever. Check the Carfax. It's how it is. And Jovan, I would qualify this certainly as a big spot, certainly as a big game, a must win, if you will. First game after firing their coach and GM, and you're playing against a good team on the road in the Cardinals. So I'm kind of in. Yeah. And Sonny Gray, their ace. Lights cannot be brighter for Jake Irvin or the Nats in this game. Are you kidding me? Give me the Nats on the ML. Plus 177. Jovan, the fact they open up at plus 150, pretty good sign. Not surprised to see the Cardinals getting steamed. They're going to be in every single parlay today. Every single parlay, because everybody who doesn't want to put in any work is going to fucking log into the books, and they're going to say, oh, the Nats suck. They just fired their coach. Let me take the Cardinals and their ace, Sonny Gray, at minus 215. That should go well. Certainly that goes well, Jovan. Hashtag Natitude.
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 I love where you just skipped the Natitude immediately. Had to get out of the way.
Had to be done.
But you got a dog. Yep. I got a dog, Krabs. Take you to San Fran. Taking the Phillies tonight. Taking the Phillies, which is crazy because Taijuan Walker is on the bump, even though he's not it's not a normal start for him because he's back in the rotation, but he's doing the same shit he did like at the start of the year where he's going like 60 pitches. So like he's a glorified bulk guy for the most part. But you know what we're seeing in this game, which is odd, Krabs. 7.5 to 8.5 in San Francisco, which a little that's Taijuan Walker, sure. But you know who's on the other side? The guy who just pitched a complete game and shoved it down the throat of his former team and has been amazing this season, and Robbie Ray.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is odd. And
the
Phillies have been, I guess, kind of lifeless at the plate for the last month, but people still don't realize they're still top 10 in the league against lefties, or they have been the last month. And not to mention that, but this is Robbie Ray. So if you look at the numbers up and down, which I'm sure you'll see plenty of BVP on the feed from everybody, whether it's Stinger Tuesday or regular shit from today, that Phillies lineup has seen Robbie Ray a ton. And Robbie Ray is one of those pitchers. Like, it's a lot different if you're facing a pitcher that's changed their arsenal like widely throughout their career, if they're a guy that's been in the league for a while. But Robbie Ray has just largely stayed the same. So like he's Usually I would say it doesn't really matter what happened when you saw a guy like this or a pitcher that's been in the league so long, because you've become a different pitcher essentially over the past 10 years. But for Robbie Ray, stuff is the same. So Arsenal's the same. Everything is the same approach. So like they've seen him and they've seen him pretty well. So like coming off of a complete game against your former team where you absolutely dominated, that was like a microcosm of what he's done all season. I think the Phillies get their lick back tonight, and I think the pen will be enough. And for what it's worth, too, for looking at late game situations, because I don't think the Phillies are going to win this game like super, super comfortably by any means. Camilo Doval has been used back-to-back days. He ain't pitching today. Tyler Rogers has been used 3 straight days. He ain't pitching today. Spencer Bivens pitched Saturday and Sunday, not yesterday. If he's available, good. He's fucking terrible. Randy Rodriguez, same deal, except he's actually decent. He's the only reliever they have out of that pen that did not pitch yesterday that is worth a shit late in the game. So if we get into that situation, God forbid, I think the Phillies, unlike yesterday, are in a pretty good spot late in the game to win. So we're taking them.
All right. That's pretty much all I got to say about that play. Same exact thing I thought and said about fading the Astros yesterday, and look at how that worked out. Mega mind. Start calling you Mega mind after calls like that. Genius.
Phillies did sell the Fugazi, if that tips the scales yesterday a little bit. It's the only one to lose.
Could legitimately be the difference. Yep. You know they ain't losing 2 in a row after that shit. Nope. Does it scare me fading Robbie Ray? Yeah, it does. Just like it scared me back in the Guardians on a 10-game losing streak yesterday. But I'm a grown-up. I could put my big boy pants on and tail. It's probably a winner. Let's hope he's not Martin Perez tonight. That's all I got to say.
No.
Let's hope. A lot of motivated bats for the Phillies as well. Trey Turner pissed off. I'm sure he'll continue to play like it after being snubbed from the All-Star game. Bryce Harper still trying to get back on track. Dude's playing through an injury, and it has not looked pretty so far. Kyle Schwarber also on fire right now. I think he's an All-Star though. But a lot of motivated bats in that Phillies lineup. So it's not just, dealing with the pitchers. I like the play.
Sure.
I do. I like seeing Robbie Ray's fantasy score down at 34.5. I don't know if that's weird or not.
Ooh.
I mean, he's coming off a couple gems. It is against the Phillies though, so I wouldn't say it's high.
You got bumped down.
I'd say it's either low or, where it probably should be. So all good signs.
Yeah.
All good signs. All right. A lot of talk about this game in the chat. Also, O'Neal Cruz in the Derby. Who else is in the Derby?
Great.
Who else is committed officially besides James Wood, Cal Raleigh, O'Neal Cruz,
and Acuna?
Acuna. Who else?
Buxton, Acuna, Wood. Yeah, Buxton, Acuna, Wood, Cal.
Those 5?
Yeah, I think that's the 5, and there's one more.
Okay. I'll be honest, pretty soft Aaron Judge. Not surprised because he's a me guy, but pretty soft. He's not putting on a show and going to the home run derby. I'll go ahead and get that narrative started. Yep, I will. Pretty soft. Pretty soft. It is.
Yeah.
If you're a team guy, if you care about growing the sport, you'd be there. You'd lend a hand. You'd say whatever you need, Manfred. Whatever you need from me. It's the least that he could do for sending those fucking juice baseballs up to the Bronx.
It's true.
Right?
It's hitting the
He
same
scratches his
baseballs
back.
in the Derby.
You scratch his, right? Help him out a little bit. It's the least he could do.
Shit's unreal.
Pretty fucking soft. The Nats never turn down home run derbies. They go and they win. They've done it 3 times.
Yeah, couldn't you argue that might be a me guy move to go to the Derby?
Well, I'd make an argument it's a me guy move, not trying to grow the game.
What if he just like Pete Alonso? Maybe bad example because he's not doing it this year, but I would argue it's all-time me guy move every single year when he tries to be the guy at the Derby.
Yeah, I'm not asking him every single year, but maybe just a second time. He did it one time.
Yeah.
His rookie year, and ever since then, he hasn't done it again. Pretty soft.
Wouldn't be as electric as Miguel Tejada in 2024 or 2004.
All right, good. Go ahead and beat yourself, man.
Or Cal Ripken in 1991.
Dude, where do I mute you?
You can't.
Am I able to mute you? No.
Shit's unreal, dude.
Okay.
Shit's unreal.
I see how you set this up, Goots. Okay. Looks like Goots has removed the host, mute the director/producer button. Okay. I see. All right. Also, chat side notes. I know I took the over. We can swing it around. I could talk about it. Took the over in Camden Yards tonight. This is a big night for me. I'm taking Mima to the park. She's a huge Orioles fan. Tried to do this last year, but had some health stuff come up and was not able to get her to the park tonight. Very excited taking Mima to the ballpark. It's going to be a good one. Let's hope the weather holds off. And yes, we're going to need to craft up a lineup for this game later on if we have time, Jovan, because I'm not going there to not spot out shit.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Fair.
So I'll have the over in this game. Hashtag for Mima. Over 10. Let's talk about the play a little bit here. I do like runs. I like a couple things I'm seeing here. We got Clay Holmes up on the bump, who Jovan deserves more respect. I'll be honest, he does. But he's not going to get it tonight. And he might not get it this week after the start he puts up there tonight against the O's. He's about to get mucked up. I thought about taking that more than 2.5 earned runs allowed. I'm looking at his 2.99 ERA. You don't see a lot of ERA sub 3 for starters in the Big 2.5. Clay Holmes has one, and nobody gives a hoot about it. So do want to give him some credit, but tonight, not a great matchup. And for some reason, all the signs are pointing towards some Orioles runs. You got some weird squares up on PrizePicks for some hitters. You got Colton Cowser up there for a hit run RBI square. You got Gunnar Henderson, who's not been, super hot of late, catching steam on his home run odds. You got Cedric Mullins up there as well for some weird squares. A couple other goats up there for some weird squares for the Orioles. And mainly that Clay Holmes earned run square. Looks like one of the freest, best-looking less thans that makes sense if you look at that chart. And we have to fade that puppy. So good sign there for the Orioles bats. And I don't really see a world where the Mets bats cool off against Brandon Young. Bless his heart. This guy stinks. Sorry, Goots. But they just don't have the bodies to put in anybody else. He's got a 7 ERA. He's 0-3. Now, I would not be shocked to see the Orioles win this game because they are at that, perfect plus 110-ish number that they do respect coins and typically come through in. Now, usually it's on the road, but for some reason, the Orioles are plus 110, man. They are special. They're special. This is the exact spot to potentially back them. I didn't have the sack to do it. Instead, I'll back the over because, in my opinion, I think they correlate hand in hand. So I think if the Orioles win this game, which they probably will, and seeing them down to plus 107, plus 110, plus 105 is ridiculous, by the way, against Clay Holmes and the Mets. That's absolutely absurd. Could be a good time to back the O's, but instead I'll back the over, which in my opinion correlates. Jovan, I want to hear your thoughts. Total's also up from 9.5 to 10, and the splits look very sharp.
Yeah, kind of on that. Definitely huge on fading Brandon Young because that guy's cat meat. Absolutely most.
He might just be that bad.
Continue to do so, but I'm in on that. He might just
be that bad.
Clay Holmes squares are weird. I will certainly give you that.
Yep. Yeah, they are. Goots, would love your comments, your thoughts on how this game plays out. Hashtag Birdland.
Yeah, hashtag Birdland. Just sweat the Braves. Get another NL East team coming into town. So, we'll see. Brandon Young is bad, and I want him to be bad because it shows how bad Michael Elias is at drafting pitchers. So,
okay,
I'd be fine if he got shelled.
Goots is legitimately rooting against his own team and players. Never heard or seen anything like
insane.
it.
Not rooting against the offense, but he shouldn't be taking the mound at Camden Yards for the Baltimore Orioles.
No. He shouldn't.
No.
Okay, so you're in on the over.
Is
what it sounds like. Okay. All right. No, DeRafia will not be doing the 999 challenge next to Mima. That would be potentially illegal. No. That's maybe the weirdest thing I've ever heard. And yeah, she's an Orioles fan. My family's from Baltimore. I was actually born in Baltimore. Hashtag Birdland. Hashtag Goods. People forget that. Okay? But I'm a fake Baltimore guy, so consider myself more of a DC guy. Sorry, Goods. It is what it is. Well, it is what it is. But yeah, I got some O's fam. I do. I got some Baltimore fam. People forget that. Yeah, my aunt and my cousin works at Mercy. Woozy thoughts. I know a lot of people work there. It's like the biggest hospital in the city. But is Krabs a me guy for being a fake Baltimore guy? Now, Z-Shrek, that's a question that might need to be asked.
That's it. It's a question.
But the teams are moose shit. I feel like I can kind of root for them a little bit, right? The teams suck. It's not like they're good. Well, also do not root for the Ravens. I want to get that on record. Never will, never have. But the O's, sneakily, I do kind of root for a little bit. You guys see it. I'm a hair biased with the O's. It is what it is. What do you think, Goots? Is it soft as baby shit that I low-key root for the O's a little bit?
I think it's soft as baby shit that you won't eat a crab mac and cheese dog.
Never have, never will.
Soft.
I won't even go to that stand.
Yeah,
I'm not giving those people my money. It's the principle, Goots. You think I'm eating mac and cheese on a fucking hot dog?
Well, the principle is that if you're born in Baltimore, that you be fans of the teams in the city, but you decided to stray to move shit DC.
I am a contrarian at heart, Coots. Yep. It'd be a little square of me to be an Orioles fan and a
So
Ravens
confirmed, soft as baby shit.
fan. Okay. And there you have it, folks. And there you have it. All right. No peep from Dadley this season. Well, he is hurt, line shopper. He is hurt. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving. Enough yapping. Hopefully we'll have time to circle back and maybe craft up a lineup for that game. Is Krabs an Alfredo guy, or is he out on all the cheese on noodles? I mean, it's okay. I prefer the red sauce. I certainly prefer the red sauce. I'm not going to order the Alfredo. Maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know.
That's got to be the problem. Got to be.
It might be part of the problem. Yeah, I'm always going marinara or red sauce. Come on. All right, let's move. Let's groove.
Unbelievable, dude.
Well, I like what I like. It is what it is. Vodka sauce. Yeah, I can meet you in the middle with vodka sauce. Vodka sauce is a sleeper. Swinging around. I want Jovan's sell job on the first 5. Welcome to the fucking show, Jovan.
Yeah.
Getting involved in the first 5.
Glad to be here.
Sure. Yeah.
Wanted to go with some form of backing pitching in this game because yesterday I felt like, not just because I was taking the Guardians and I didn't really trust them to score 7 runs like they did, even though I wanted, he took them to win. I thought it was going to be a little bit lower scoring of a game. Total, I think, was 7.5 in that game, borderline 8, but came through. And in the first 5 specifically, it was scoreless for 4 innings. And then there were 8 runs, 4 from each side in the 5th inning, which was crazy. Turned into like a pretty quick home run derby. And then the back end of the game got super weird and there were 12 runs. Now, coming into this game, do I trust the back end of the bullpens? No, because a lot of the reason why I liked the Guardians yesterday is I felt like they had the significant bullpen advantage late in the game over the Astros. They had their full loadout ready to go. They didn't have to use Cade Smith, so like he's available today, but Clase is on the shelf. Pretty much everything else is on the shelf for them. The Astros are, I guess, relatively loaded up, so I don't know what they're going to use, and I don't feel like getting involved. But in the first 5, we're going to get Hunter Brown, who's just been lights out all season, and I continue to back him even in like square spots, which this one kind of is that. I don't think he's going to have like elite strikeout stuff in this one, just like the first time around. I think he didn't either. I think he had a solid start, didn't get through the 6, but the strikeouts, I think he had 5 in that game. So like against the guards, it's going to be pretty tough for that. But I think he's going to pitch relatively well outside of that. And then on the other side, I'm such a Joey Cantillo guy for whatever reason. But for this one specifically, I think I talked about this, which the bet in this game didn't work out when I took the guards. Last time he fake started, he only went like 3 1/3. But the reason why I kind of like him so much against these better lineups is because he's a lefty and he's so tough on righties because he's like kind of like what Jeffrey Springs was when the Rays used him. He's like a super changeup heavy guy. So like he's a really uncomfortable bat for the righties. Like when I look at the Astros, when you have like top down in the lineup, like Paredes, Altuve, Cam Smith, Yainer Diaz, Jake Myers, if he plays today, like their whole lineup is pretty much a lot of righties that can hurt you with pop. So I think he can be great. He's obviously lights out against lefties. I don't know how many, if any at all, he's going to see out of there today, but against righties, he's such a tough at bat. And I think the plan for him is to go like 5-ish and continue to get stretched out like tonight. And I would assume that's the case because they just put this out. And I was looking at the book line for this too. He's only gone like that one start against the Cubs. He went 3 1/3. And they're making him like these fake starts. His pitching out line is 14.5. And it was plus check, and now it's juiced heavy to the over. It's like minus 130. So I would assume for this first 5, if they can get him through that, they're going to. So I think he's going to pitch pretty well. Maybe give up like a shot to the Crawford boxes, and that might be it. And I think Hunter Brown's going to do his job too. He's got a 1.5 earned run square after giving up 2. Granted, he pitched a solid game. Yeah, he pitched a solid game overall, but he gave up 2 runs to the Rockies, who the Guardians are cold, but it's the worst team in baseball over there. So I think he's going to do his job today. We see like a 1-1 through the first 5 type game.
Okay. I can see it. I think it's a good spot to fade the bats, back the arms and the bump, and it's not super square. I mean, obviously Hunter Brown's having one hell of a year, but I mean, you're also backing Cantillo to go out there and do jobs. So I would not say it's the easiest looking play, and I think that means you're in business, Jovan. I like this first 5 under. Okay. I'm in. Fade the bats after a splooge fest for these 2 teams last night. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in. Good. Swinging around. I got one more straight bet here for the peeps. Saving the best for last. Me, Guy Judge. making it all about himself, not about baseball and growing the game, not doing the home run derby. Maybe me, guy Judge, can come through and hit another fucking meaningless home run in this game when the Yankees are already up. I like the Yanks, and I never like the Yanks. When I do, we usually take them and good things happen, knock on wood. I'll leave it at that. A couple things with this game today. You got Will Warren on the bump coming off his worst start in his career, respectfully. Worst start of his career, 8 runs, 4 innings. But if you look into the start, right, it's not as bad as it seemed. It's kind of like that last Jake Irvin start for the Nats where he gave up 3 runs in the first and nothing the rest of the game. I talked about that earlier. It's kind of like that. Will Warren got mucked up early, gave up 7 runs in the first inning, and then he locked in, gave him 3 other pretty solid innings. So I don't know if he fixed something, made some adjustments, or just got all his fucking runs out of the way. Now he's, in good standing with the baseball gods. But either way, he locked in, he made some tweaks, he made some changes, and found good success in those last 3 innings. I think he carries that confidence into a matchup here at home against a quail shit, fake sharp lineup in the Mariners. And I know they're in a Mickey Mouse ballpark. I know the short porch should not be allowed. It's only allowed because it's the Yankees, right? And they need all the help they can get. But I will roll the dice here. And I'm willing to assume that we get a pretty good start from Will Warren for a couple reasons. Number one, I love backing guys after a quail shit start. And in my opinion, the start's not as bad as it looks on paper, or if you look at the stats. Number two, go look at the Will Warren or run square. I mean, give me a break. Yeah. Everybody go take a second, go peep that. It's crazy, right? I've talked about it in the past. I love, fading charts or backing weird red charts for the earn run category, Jovan, but especially when a guy has a crazy high green bar in his last start, when he's coming off an atrocious outing. This is the perfect spots. He's coming off and giving up 8 runs in that last outing. So my favorite square on PrizePicks today is this Will Warren, less than earned runs allowed. Logan Gilbert as well has a earned runs allowed square. Actually, now it's gotten taken off. I fucking bet. And I'm going to have to look at the juice later and see why it's off. But he did have a 2.5 earned runs allowed square. And Logan Gilbert, if you watched him his last couple starts, or mainly his last start, he did not look very sharp. His stuff did not look very good. He got away with it against the Royals. Got kind of lucky, but he got an early pull. He was kind of whining off the mound and really slow and lethargic. I don't know. He looks tired up there on the bump right now. Middle of the season, he's got some innings on that arm. I know he's been hurt a little bit this year too, but he looks a little bit off right up there on the bump. And I'll be honest, road start against this Yankees lineup right now. And while they're still trying to catch their footing and get back on track after their worst slump of the season, but they are coming off a win yesterday, so could be a good time to buy low here on this Yankees lineup. I think it's a matchup nightmare for Logan Gilbert, who does not look like he has his A stuff right now against this power-hitting Yankees lineup. I think he could be in for some trouble in a Mickey Mouse ballpark, and I think it's the Yankees who get a big-time win. Look, if it was any other team, I'd be saying the line is even weirder than it really is, but it's the Yankees. I know they're going to get 10, 20 cents of extra line respect because they're the fucking Yankees, especially at home. Everybody bets them. Everybody thinks they're better than they actually are. Well, if this was any other team, minus 130 against Logan Gilbert with a starter with a 5 ERA who sucks, by the way, coming off his worst career starts, I'd be certainly, inclined to maybe put a second sneak unit on a play like this. But it's the Yankees. Number one, you can't trust them that much. They stink. And number two, it's not as weird seeing them at minus 130 because they always get the Yankee tax, like we've talked about for years. Okay? It's the Yankees on the ML. Maybe the line's not as weird, but I think it's a great spot back in the Yankees to get back on track after their first win since fucking Nam yesterday, or in their last game. And then fading Logan Gilbert right now is, unfortunately, I know we're Logan Gilbert guys, especially you on the show. I think right now he is fadeable. He's looking a little bit off. Give me the Yankees on the money line.
I'm in. And as much as that probably pains you to say, we're in on.
Yeah. I don't love it, but we've had some pretty good luck, Jovan, the rare handful of times. I put the Yankees up here on the Sharp Report. So we'll see if that luck strikes back again today.
Could be huge. Could be absolutely huge.
Sure. What's good, Randub? Good to see you lurking in the chats. Good to see all you guys in the chat. We got Dead Larry Bird, notorious Yankee fan. I'm sorry. I feel bad for him, man. That would suck. Imagine. I would be a Yankee fan. He's saying it's a great pick. Of course. W Chirp. Good looks, Krabs. Twitter all over the Mariners. I wonder why. Not surprised to hear that. If you guys can't tell, I got sarcasm in there. Of course they're backing Logan Gilbert against Will Warren and the quail shit Yankees. Of course they are. Well, got to fade that narrative. Jovan, you got one more straight bet here for the peeps? Let's hear it.
Yep.
Oh,
Braves in Sacramento.
Dude,
What do you mean, dude?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You want me to just put the over on there and call it a day?
No. I'm happy you thought at least a little bit outside the box for this game.
I mean, it's for the
But-
same reasons. It's for the same reasons,
Sure.
Krabs. Like the
Sure.
A's may look sharp, I guess, at first glance. I don't think they are. They especially like they're coming off a series where they had the one big sharp spot to start against the Giants and they came through. I don't think this is that because Didier Fuentes he's a weird guy. He's got great stuff. Throws a lot of fastballs. Like, is he going to give up a Turk or two to like the Bangaliers, the Nick Kurtz of the world? Sure, he might. But the stuff is electric outside of that. And truthfully, like a lot of these pitchers that just pound the zone and have electric stuff, the A's, they have done well against a lot of teams over the past 2 or so months, but especially against those guys. Like you would think that a team like that doesn't really have a great approach at the plate, so I can give them a lot of fastballs in the zone and don't make them think about it too hard, especially in Sacramento. Like they would be good at it. They're not really, which is surprising. So like I'm kind of buying in after he hasn't looked great over the past handful of starts that he came up. I think he's been up for 3 starts now. Finally looked like he started to put it together a little bit in this last start, and the control was there a little bit more, and he lessened the fastball usage a little bit. So if he continues on that same path, I think he can be okay today, but this is really more of a fade on Springs, to be honest with you, because the Braves offense has been better progressively. Again, one of those teams you wouldn't really guess, but been getting better against lefties slowly but steadily as the season's gone on. But their issues are like this: they strike out a bunch against strikeout heavy pitchers, but they also have been pounding the ball into the ground a lot with just really bad ABs. Springs not only doesn't strike anybody out, but for a guy who's fastball changeup, he has a bottom 10th percentile ground ball rate in the league. So like he's heavy fastball changeup. If you look up and down the Braves lineup, as inconsistent as they've been, fastball changeup guys have been getting mucked against them, and all of their numbers up and down the lineup, not just like the Acuñas, the Olsons, the Rileys at the top, but up and down that lineup, their numbers are fantastic against those. Like if you're going to feed them changeups like Springs does against the lineup that you know is going to get them in the air and he can't keep them on the ground, I think that is a horrible sign for what's to come for Springs today after he's looked decent over his past handful of starts. I won't say great, but he hasn't gotten like destroyed many times. I think he does today.
Good to see Mahoney in the chat. Hope you're doing well, my man. Hell yeah. He says, give me the over. I like the over. And by the way, I like the Braves. You know why I'm pitching. Because the Braves stink. And they're fake sharp every goddamn night. That's why I made that crazy grunt when you pitch this play. That's the only reason. Do I like the spot?
Yeah, maybe them being like super square, I guess, is the time they come through.
Sure. If you look at PrizePicks, this certainly looks like the move. Although maybe even Braves first 5, but it's not really like the A's bullpen is anything to write home about either. So Fuentes looks like he's getting a little bit of respect. I also just hate the guy because his name's fucking Justin Fuente. Every time I look at him, I get mad. Respectfully.
Unbelievable.
But then Jeffrey Springs has some crazy scores up too, Jovan. I want to take the less than 15.5 pitching outs that's up there. That's so green.
Yeah.
And minus 130 to the under on the books. I want to take Springs's more than 2.5 earned runs allowed goblin after he's been fucking nails. He's got a 2.5 earned run square that should just probably be a normal 2.5 earned run square, just like his, the other opposing starting pitcher, Fuentes. But instead, it's a
Springs
goblin.
Has a 2.5 earned run regular square now.
Goblin. It's goblin.
Okay. I was about to say, because I was looking at that earlier, and one of the things that I guess stood out about it is the fact that was damn near minus 200 for him to give up 3, which it's going to be a little Sacramento tax and Braves tax, I guess, even though they've been moose, but damn near minus 200 was crazy the way he's been pitching the last handful of starts.
I agree. PrizePicks says this is the right play. Take the Braves. I'm with you. And I do like somebody in the Braves lineup today. We'll talk about him when we do Dinger Tuesday. I like the play. I'm just scared because it's the Braves and they've cost people so many coins this year, but could be a good spot. They need a fucking win. They are 11 games under 500. Jesus, maybe a trip to Sacramento can get them going.
Yeah,
we'll see.
All we got to do is make sure Trent's off him, and we're good.
Okay. Well, that's going to be
It's going to be tough.
Hard if because he's going to want to take him again today too.
I have a 0% squeak rate. I don't know. He's like, he does stay away from his goats, short lines on the road. Like, honestly, cap tip to him for staying off the Dodgers yesterday. I thought for sure he would have taken it just because they were like minus 130 on the road.
Yeah. No, that was a good eye from him. Yep. Obi-Wan Cannoli coming in with a resub. W name, W subby. Love the community. Day One Warrior hit a 10-leg thanks to the stream/community. It was always the D-backs on the Padres. Let's fucking go, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sure we can. Sure we can. Appreciate the resub. Fucking Fuentes, man. We got to back Fuentes. Unbelievable.
Justin Fuente.
All right. Got to back Justin Fuente. I Googled what is Justin Fuente doing the other day. He's not doing shit. He's not doing shit. Wonder why. The word got out that he really did not give a shit about the people in that building. He might be a me guy. Him and Aaron Judge, I feel like we get along. I feel like they would. All right. Let's keep moving and grooving. Any update on the Sticks game going on right now as well? People forget they're randomly playing a Mystics WNBA game right now. Any updates on that? Is it over yet? Did they win?
Crazy.
Did they win? And they're not even playing in DC, or they're not even playing in the secondary arena in DC where the Wizards practice and where the Mystics play a lot of their games. They're not even playing there. They're playing at George Mason in Virginia. Weird. At 11:30 a.m. Sky up right now? No way.
GG Mystics.
Should have known. Angel Reese returns back home to the DMV. I think Goots actually took her more than on PrizePicks, the Baltimore Barbie.
It's unbelievable.
He was talking about it all day.
Yep, all day.
It's unbelievable.
Yep. Love me some Angel Reese.
Yeah, of course. All right. Also, I think somebody on the Sticks, one of the rookies, made the All-Star team. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Things are looking up for the Sticks. Just wait till they get Georgia Amore back. Just fucking wait. All right. Swinging around, Goots. We've got some PrizePicks squares to talk about. You ready? Let's chat about them. Already kind of hinted at one of these. Will Warren, maybe the weirdest square in this category all day today. Less than 2.5 earned runs allowed after his worst career start against a Marlins team that everybody's betting on today. I fucking bet. Give me Will Warren's less than 2.5 earned runs allowed, and then give me Mitch Keller, more than 2.5 earned runs allowed. Mitch Keller, I feel like, always has weird squares up there on PrizePicks, and he's going against statistically the worst offense really in baseball this year, a team that it was going viral last week for cashing all these team total unders, and who the hell wants to bet on them? Well, the Royals are starting to show a little bit of life. They've won 4 of their last 5. Would not be shocked to see them put up a couple, specifically 3, against Mitch Keller, who has an extremely weird-looking earned runs allowed square. So give me one less than for Will Warren in this category and one more than for Mr. Mitch Keller. More than 2.5 earned runs allowed against the Royals. 2 nasty earned run squares. Thoughts?
Nasty as ma Krabs.
Nasty.
The Will Warren one is just that one fits the Krabs formula. I'm so in. I did not expect you to go Mitch Keller though.
Yeah,
it's a little out there.
A little out there. Again, who really wants to take him to give up runs? Everyone knows Mitch Keller's pretty consistent, pretty solid. Against the Royals, after they went viral for the team total under bullshit, well, Royals got some life. They do. Royals got some life.
Yeah.
But yeah, you won't see me back in Lugo at all or taking any of his squares. Keep me far away from him. But I will fade Mitch Keller a time or two. Sure.
As you should.
Sure.
As you 100% should.
Jovan, what about your squares? What are you cooking up over there?
I had to take something that I thought was a little high. Just looking at the number, 7.5 is pretty crazy, but everything in that game seems a little high, and I think it's for a reason against Robbie Ray. Trey Turner, one of the guys that's seen him a bunch out of the Phillies lineup, but I guess Bryce Harper is the one that's all over Twitter because he's like 500 off of Robbie Ray and like 13 at-bats or 14 at-bats, whatever it is, with 2 tanks.
Yep.
And Castellanos has decent numbers. Trey Turners are not the best. He's like 5 for 20 or whatever it is with a handful of strikeouts. But the one thing that I guess over the last handful of weeks, which I can't understand why, like teams are just peppering Trey Turner with fastballs and he's fucking hitting them because he's one of the better hitters, if not the best hitter. He's got the most hits out of the entire NL right now, but teams are peppering him with fastballs, and I don't understand why. If I'm Robbie Ray today, especially with some of the success he's had against him historically, a lot of that's been on the off speed. I assume he's going to see a pretty decent like feed of sliders today from Robbie Ray. And Robbie Ray, if you do pay attention to like the foot traffic that he has given up, like the strikeouts have been there on this pitch, sure, but a lot of the base hits, which is why his strand rate is so high, a lot of those base runners have come from not just like the typical Robbie Ray walks, which he suppressed a little bit this year, which is why he's been so good, but it's a lot off the off speed. He's not quite locating the off speed consistently at a level that would make you feel like he's pitching at an ace level to righty. So I have a feeling Trey Turner is just a locked in hitter right now, but he's a smart hitter too. He's probably going to be sitting on that off speed, and especially in San Francisco, God forbid that ball finds a gap. Maybe there's runners on base in front of him to help this, but God forbid that ball finds a gap in the most triple-friendly stadium in all of baseball. You're probably going to see Trey Turner running for a little while, especially like against off-speed. Trey Turner is like a base hit hitter, right to people, just normal singles, rips them all the time, and they're just fastballs. But when he finds a gap, it's largely off-speed. I have a feeling he's going to do that tonight. Plus, if he does have just regular Trey Turner singles, Robbie Ray is not incredibly fast to the plate, which is why for a lefty, he's given up a good amount of stolen bases, and especially if you're the Phillies and what could be like a relatively low-scoring game or a close game, which I'm hoping not, but you're probably going to be sending Trey no matter what. You're probably going to be sending whoever you can on the bases. So I think it's all go for Trey Turner today. Then I'm taking Willie B. Yuri Perez, so many fastballs from Yuri Perez, and the stuff's good enough to where he can beat some guys on it. Will Benson has just been – he hasn't got beat by much. Like, it's been largely off speed, and not that Yuri Perez doesn't have that in his bag. But again, if I'm Will Benson, I am sitting back waiting for the fastball to send it to that ball out of family territory.
Yep. It's the only choice you got. Your guy, Willie B. Stay hot back in your guy. And after Yuri Perez is coming off that legacy performance,
great.
Be a solid time to fades, right?
Yeah.
I'm in.
I don't know what his, leash will look like either, because they haven't been letting him go outside of like the last start incredibly long. And I think only one or two pitchers out of the pen pitched for the Marlins yesterday. So I know they don't want to overexpose their pen, but they might go a little early to him, and they're fucking boost mate, so that helps.
Huh. Okay. All right. 2 squares I can get behind that I was locking in while you were selling them. I'm going to drop the link for the people here as well if they want to get involved and tail the Sharp Report 4-man. I just locked it in myself. Hell yeah. Trey Turner square I love. He's going to be playing super pissed off for the next week or so before the All-Star break, or next couple days. And then Will Benson, Jovan's guy, all he's going to do is say the words, and I'm tailing that shit.
Goats. Speaking of goats, Sade Weidman making his appearance today. The gifted subby. What a goat.
Let's go, Sade. Wow, the Sticks just took the leads. Let's go, Sticks. Come on, fight. Fight, Sticks.
Fight.
Sticks are playing a little bit different this year. Looking a little different, walking a little different, talking a little different. Yep. They are. Let's go, Sticks. Hell yeah. Sade, you're him. Appreciate the subby. Sade, Obi-Wan, Matt Gauthier, Lieutenant Goose, Ron Mux, Pax Picks, and C Goodies. All the goats that have come in here today and splooged a resub or given out a sub to the community. W Subbers and W Sticks. Let me know the final. Keep me updated, chat. Appreciate you guys. All right, let me see the YouTube chat. System play, last 50 road faves below 500 that just got swept at home. 38-12, a.k.a. the Braves on the money line. Okay, Jeff. That goes hand in hand with Jovan's play. Let's go. Hell yeah.
Sure.
Dubs. OSRS Matt said, weird day today. I'm on the opposite of literally every play you guys made. Good luck. Shit.
Hey, hopefully that's the same as the guy. I don't know if he's been in here today because I haven't seen him, but he was spamming the Astros and Rays win yesterday every 5 seconds of stream. So hopefully that's like that.
Okay, let's hope. Oaktown's finest Krabs. We gave up on the 2-mans for the Sharp Reports in the Big 2-5 or what? I will say Oaktown's finest. I did smack 2 2-mans yesterday that I posted on Twitter. And yeah, kind of have some bankroll right now, so I can send a 4-piece. I locked in the Sharp Report 4-man. I posted the link to that in the chat. I will drop it again. But hey, if you want to take a Sharp Report 2-man or 2 Sharp Report 2-mans, I would just say take one of my squares, take one of Jovan's squares, and pair them together and do a 2-piece and do the same thing with the others if you want. That's how I would diversify it, and I would do it. If I was making the 2 pieces, I would go Will Warren with Trey Turner, and I would go Mitch Keller with Will Benson. Boom.
Wow. What a pair.
Right? Yeah. Could be the difference. Sade Whiteman said he tailed the Sharp Report. Hell yeah. John said, is Judge going yard? Hell no. Sticks. Sticks. Did they finish the job, Mahoney? Let me know. The Sticks got heart, man. I'm telling you. They got heart and they got grit. They don't give up. Wait, who has Mitch Keller? Mitch Keller would be me. I took Will Warren and Mitch Keller. Jovan took Trey Turner and Will Benson. Okay? Dubs. Let's do some Digger Tuesday plays. You down?
Down.
Let's power through these puppies. Let's make it quick so we can craft up a lineup for the Baltimore game. Got a couple Digger Tuesday plays I like. We'll start in Camden Yards. Gunnar Henderson. Love some runs in this game. Probably my favorite over of the day. Hence why it's the only one up on the Sharp Report. But I'm seeing some runs. And I think Baltimore can win this game. Well, if Baltimore wins this game, Gunnar Henderson's going to have to do something. Hopefully he hits a fucking nuke. I'll take him at plus 370. His odds were shorter than some guys who were ahead of him on the green book, which is always a weird sign. I feel like they put the guys down in the order where the odds are opened. And then people obviously bet it or shit gets steamed. And they don't end up moving the guys around on the list. So whenever I see a guy Texas tucked away like that, who's got shorter odds than the guys above him, I typically like taking those guys. And I've found a little bit of success. The rare success on Digger Tuesdays that I've had have been those dudes. So I'm going with Gunnar Henderson. So I'll tell you right now, go ahead and lock in Colton Cowser because I was about to take him earlier and I ended up pivoting. He's probably going to hit a nuke and Gunnar won't, but I'll take him at plus 370. Their best lefty, great matchup for him today. If he doesn't go yard, they might not have a chance. The game might not go over. Let's go Gunnar. Plus 370. Giancarlo Stanton's, he's hit one home run this entire season. Now, there's a caveat. He has missed a lot of games. He's also hitting the ball pretty decently. Just no pop yet. Well, could be a great matchup. Logan Gilbert, a right-hander who does not mind throwing that fastball. Would not be shocked to see Giancarlo get a hold of one of those puppies. It was good to see him at the top of the list for home run odds, shortest odds in this game, considering he only has one home run. I know it's big name Giancarlo, but I thought he'd be a little bit lower. And he has been in recent games. But today, he's getting some line respect. A little bit shorter than he's typically been the last week or so. I'll take my shot with Giancarlo Stanton at plus 300, a.k.a. Mike Stanton. People forget his name was Mike for a year or two. And then he changed it back. I'll take Mike.
Yeah, people do forget.
Plus 300. Might be the worst advice he's ever gotten from his agent ever. I'm assuming he fired him, but
dude, I feel like that gets swept so much more than it should.
You should change your name to Mike. Better chance you get signed. Well, the guy also hits 500-foot moonshots. Maybe that'll carry weight. And it doesn't fucking matter what his name is. And that's why he'll get signed. I hope he fired that agent. That was the worst advice ever. Oh,
it's horrible advice.
And that's coming from me, a Yankee hater. I don't know why I'm backing Giancarlo today, but I do like the Yankees on the ML. Would not be surprised to see somebody go yah in that Mickey Mouse ballpark. It's probably Giancarlo Stanton flailing on a high and outside fastball from Logan Gilbert, taking it over the short porch and utilizing that puppy. Okay?
Sure.
And then this one you could probably get down with the most, Jovan. Ronald Acuna. Plus 265, super short, getting some serious line respect. Obviously, he's missed a bunch of games this season as well, so does not have as many home runs as the rest of them, but he's got some seriously weird squares up there on PrizePicks, and maybe a trip to Sacramento for him could be the difference. I'm seeing an Acuna nuke piece. He's got maybe the weirdest square up there on PrizePicks with his total bases. I'm seeing a home run, not just a double in the gap, cashing that square, which I do want to take. I'm seeing a Nukenheimer from Acuna in this game. Great matchup against Springs, a lefty. I think he takes advantage of it. Give me the plus 265 Acuna nuke piece tonight.
Sure. I'm in. We're going to need somebody to do it. Maybe it's the guy up there. Maybe it's the guy at the bottom.
Yep. Ray says, not going to lie, Soto not being here after getting snubbed is kind of wild. Well, Ray, all 8 billion people have already taken him on Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and sit that one out. Although we all know it's probably going to happen once I walk into that stadium tonight. And Soto steps in the dish.
Yeah, Soto might put on a show for you, Krabs.
Probably.
It could be. You
life,
guys could have like the OG Ananobi Sunni Lee relationship. He sees you in the crowd.
Well, maybe
I'd
not.
want to put on a show more too. So I don't blame him.
Goots. Remember Goots. We can't just talk about Baltimore every second. Okay. We got to talk about DC every second and then Baltimore. Okay.
There you go.
There we go. All right. I want to hear Jovan sell jobs. I took 3 pretty square guys. Well, might be a good thing because I absolutely stink at Digger Tuesday plays. Changing it up today.
I did make a conscious effort to only lock in like the bottom of the home run board today. So that's why so many NPCs up there because I have a feeling it's an NPC day. So I'm trying to get one of
Right.
these. But Profar is not a huge NPC, obviously, compared to the other two, which Brooks Lee really isn't either with how good he's been. But Profar, I have a feeling this is like his beginning of the season Tatis run. So I'm going to continue taking him for a little bit until he cools down. But you go to Sacramento, which you have fantastic hitting weather, park upgrade, and Jeffrey Springs on the mound, where we talked about this last year. I think I took him every single time he saw a lefty that threw a lot of changeups because he hit like 330 against changeups and even better from the left side all of last year. Hasn't been the same or hasn't been much different. Sorry, going into this year. This is where he's had a ton of pop and short sample size, like 4 for 5 off of these. And I think 2 of his home runs or one of his home runs, 2 extra base hits have come off of the changeup. So I'm going to continue sticking to that formula and taking Profar to go yard in this game off of Springs. Also taking Brooks Lee, not a huge power hitter, but it also always tends to be like strange guys that go yard off of Shota, and Brooks Lee, like 50% fastball. It's pretty much 2 pitches from Shota you're going to get against righties. It's fastball splitter. Brooks Lee, when he has a pitcher like that, he jumps on the fastball super, super quick, which is why, like, I don't even think like he has home run. Like some of these guys are home run or bust. Brooks Lee, I think, could have like an overall solid game against Shota because I just think he's going to be jumping on him early. God forbid one of those happens to be against the pitcher that can't keep the ball on the ground and finds its way out to left field. So I think that's exactly where it's going to be. And then the one crazy one on here, which I would have put a square in the prize pick segment, but not 100% he's going to play. He probably should play, and that's why he got called up in the first place. But he does have a half a hit up there, half total base up there. Chad Stevens. You ever heard of this guy, Krabs?
Yeah, I've heard a time or two, but I'm pretty fucking shocked you're putting him up there plus 900 to hit a nuke.
I wanted to get involved, dude. I wanted to get involved. He's a big power hitter in the minors. He ran into like a Linsanity run, which it does seem like half of the Angels guys who get called up have a crazy Linsanity run and then flame out when they get to the majors. But he's hitting like 300 with 14 nukes in the minors, and he's been insanely hot. And he's like not the regular NPC in the sense of like he actually has power. He's just not like a Nick Allen who just is a singles merchant and that makes no contact. I don't know. He's a big power guy in the sense of like he's probably going to chase a little bit out of the zone. But if you're Nathan Eovaldi, he throws same thing as Shota pretty much from the right side, largely fastball splitter. If Chad Stevens runs into a fastball, that might be sent pretty far. Send that shit to the rocks. So I have to get involved. I have no other choice. He's going to hit one very soon. And after the Eovaldi masterclass that we witnessed in person, plus the fact he's still on a little bit of a pitch count, I wanted to fade him some way off of that. I feel like he's given up a couple NPC nukes to the bottom of the Angels lineup. Chad's one. I'm in the hall.
Okay. He does have a hit square up there on Prize Picks. People are going to get weird. A normal hit square.
I'm going to take that. And I was saying I would have put that in maybe instead of like Benson, just so he wouldn't add 2 up there. But I'm not 100% that he's going to play. Never can really be with a super NPC, but seems like he should and will.
I want to make a little quick lineup here with some of the guys we've already talked about in chat. We will post these Dinger Tuesday plays on X. Make sure you guys are following BookitBTL. Make sure you guys are dropping likes on those posts. Helping us out cannot be freer and easier to like. All you have to do is go like this. Boop. And then you like the post. It's crazy. That's all you guys got to do. Drop a little like on that puppy. I want to send a little 3-piece here, I think. Let me know what you think. Jeffrey Springs, less than 17.5 pitching outs.
15.
Would you go, 15.5 pitching outs. Would you go Acuna fantasy score or TBs if you were going to take him today? He is leading the game with walks odds, minus 175 to get a walk. He did not walk last game, and he only has a 1.5 walk demon, not a normal goblin walk square, which typically makes me think they're at least going to walk one time.
Yeah, he might get walked. The thing is, like, if he doesn't steal a base, though, he still also needs, in all likelihood, 2 total bases to get there.
Okay.
I don't think it'll matter, though. I think he's either going to do nothing and people will be in piss, or he's going to splooge for a home run and 3 other hits.
Okay. What would you take? TBs or fantasy?
I guess gun to the head, I'd probably go fantasy. Just in case.
Okay. All right. And then what about your goat that you were just talking about to get a hit?
Yeah, Big Chad. In on Chad.
Yep. Okay. I'm sending that 3-piece real quick. Do we have time to craft up a lineup for this Orioles game? I feel like we have time to at least take a peep.
Take a peek.
Okay. All right. I'm sending that 3-piece. Springs less than pitching outs. Mystics. Let's go, Sticks. Stay hot, Sticks. That's what I'm fucking talking about, boys. Don't let the Sticks get hot. It might be too late. They might be a problem in the playoffs coming up. Anybody know when the WNBA playoffs start? Anybody know? Don't be a stranger.
There already? Are they like fat?
I don't know, man. I think they're about to have their All-Star game. So no,
yeah, I was about to say I don't remember the All-Star game happening, so we can't be even halfway.
No. Yeah. Plenty of Sticks games left to bet on and watch, Jovan. Don't worry. I can tell you're stressing out a little bit. It's okay.
Thank God.
It's okay. Relax. Plenty of Sticks games left. All right. It's going to be okay. 3-piece. Jeffrey Springs, less than pitching outs. Ronald Acuna, more than fantasy score. And Chad fucking Stevens to get a hit. That should hit.
Hilarious lineup.
100 to win 525. Who wants to tail it fresh off the presses? Who wants to tail that shit? Anybody? One person? Let me know. I'm locking it in right now, and I'm going to send the link in the Twitch chat. If you'd like to get involved, go ahead. What's up, Esto? Good to see you, Larkin. Jovan. Looks like Clay Holmes' earned run square did get removed because the under actually was pretty juicy. I thought that was kind of weird. I would love for you to take the reins and at least let me know what you'd recommend when it comes to crafting up a lineup in the same game for this Orioles-Mets action. What are your thoughts? What do you think gives me the best chance to cash something?
You talking about like formula-wise?
Yeah, is it a stack? Is it just going with what I think happens in the game? Do I want to get pitchers involved? Just hitters?
I mean, you like the over. So, I mean, I think all bets are off. I don't think you need to put it in a like single formula. You just do whatever you want.
Okay, cool. Let's fucking go. How do we fade Clay Holmes? Maybe we don't with the way the juice is moving. And he's also a guy that just goes out there and fucking shoves and outperforms the squares 9 times out of 10. But he's got some weird squares up there a little bit.
He does. Certainly
like that
does.
hits allowed goblin square is still kind of weird. Could sack up and just take his, earn runs allowed goblin or shit, even a demon. I don't know. I'm not loving those squares.
Yeah, it's not too much out there.
Maybe we start with some Orioles bats.
I was going to say, maybe you get Goots to knuck up. Just put life on line for an L.
Maybe it's Gunnar Henderson to do something. He's got a run square up after not doing shit. He's got a fantasy score after a couple Shugs bagels in a row. Maybe it's Gunnar? Fantasy scores?
Always be Gunnar. Let's see. I don't know their sinker numbers off the top of my head, but I'm interested to find that out.
Some guys that we were talking about earlier that I certainly wouldn't mind getting involved, like that Colton Cowser 1.5 hits, runs, RBI square. It's super weird. He's also got a fantasy score, a 4.5 fantasy score, if you think that's smarter to take. But that's certainly a guy who I would not mind putting in this puppy. Colton Cowsers.
Best hitters against the sinker on the team: Jackson Holliday, Ramon Laureano. One of the most unlucky sinker hitters in baseball, who's hitting nearly 300, but has should be hitting a lot more, is Ryan O'Hearn.
Wow.
Food for thought.
Cool.
Laureano got plunked yesterday. Didn't even play 2 days ago.
What do you think we do with Colton Cowser? You think that's fake sharp? You think they're trying to get me?
Goots doesn't sound too excited about it.
I would love to, Krabs. It's just if they have any type of game plan against him, throwing a sinker, changeup, splitter, any type of thing, he's not hitting it.
All right. Maybe we go Ryan O'Hearn more than fantasy score.
I don't mind that.
What about Mullins?
Why is it so low?
Yeah. I want to take Mullins so bad. It's just anytime I see
low.
anytime I see, even like when it doesn't even stay on the board, the 1.5 hit runs RBIs and their fantasy score isn't like above 4.5, sketches you out. So those have like a negative hit rate.
Okay.
Brandon Young's walking 2 people in the first inning. So there's that.
You think so?
Yeah, it's just a gobby.
Jackson Holiday had a great game last game. I don't like taking those guys. Jacob Stallings has a weird square up. Makes me think he's not getting a base knock, but I don't want to fade him.
Literally coded.
Should I go Laureano, or are we worried about him being a little banged up?
I wouldn't be worried about that.
I thought he was also a lefty merchant. Not gonna lie.
Can be.
Been in everything lately.
Laureano or Cowser, Goots?
You know. It's literally Kim Jong-un
Gut
versus
play.
Stalin.
Trust your gut. Turn your brain off.
Cowser.
Wow.
Wow.
Did not expect that. I had Laureano clicked already. All right,
The
Goots.
turn of events.
All right, Goots.
What are you taking from fan score or HR?
I'm going to take probably that hit run RBI square for Colton Cowser, unless Jovan thinks I should just take the more than fantasy score.
No, I think that's fine.
No, that'll be fine.
He's gonna bat in the middle of the lineup, so plenty of opportunities to get around and get ribbies.
All right, now I need a Met. Brandon Nimmo has a TV square up. That looks like cake.
Is it just Soto?
Might just be Soto fantasy score, which I'm certainly not opposed to. But let's look at some other guys like Brett Beatty's up. Brett Beatty's got a 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. What is that doing up? He's also got a single square, which I don't like. Lindor has a 1.5 TB square. It's probably just Soto.
I don't know how you can go to the game and not take Soto.
Well, I am crabby contrarian.
I know, but you know you're going to take him in some form.
More than fantasy score? What the fuck is up with this Luis Torrens hit run RBI square?
He has a hit run RBI up.
Dude, that's probably the fucking square, man.
That's crazy.
What is up with that? I mean, come on.
He's always a half TB geyser.
Soto, you're taking the back seat, brother. This one just feels right. How about a 4-piece? This should hit. Gunnar Henderson at more than 6.5 fantasy score. Ryan O'Hearn more than 5 fantasy score. Colton Cowser more than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And Luis Torrens more than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Okay.
Oh, crap.
I'm also going to send a 2-piece here with Laureano because I know that's about a hit. But I want to get him involved. Ramon, who's been one of the hotter sneaky hitters on the Orioles this season, deserves a little bit more credit. He does. Take Ramon in a side piece with Soto in a little 2-piece. How's that sound, gents? That feels right.
Crabby as ma.
That feels right. Can I get a Goots cosign on that?
I'm in.
Okay.
Let's get some runs from Ma.
Cool. Hell yeah.
For Ma.
Let's get some runs from Ma. 2-piece has been locked. All right, we got to be quick on the squad ride here. Gootsy, do me a favor. Run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. All right, chat. W squad ride yesterday. Jovan, great fucking call. Let's see what my gut's telling me today, man.
Yeah, trust the gut here.
Yankees money line.
Wow. It's the bigger person, not going straight to the Nats.
Look, I'm no judge. I'm no me guy. I'm here to win for all of us as a unit, one cohesive team. That's what I care about.
It's just hard. We love that.
Right? And if that means taking the Yankees and that rat shit team and that rat shit captain, that's what it means. That's what it means. I wanted to look up the pitcher squares for your first 5 under because I was really liking it.
Well, it's hard
to see what they had up on PrizePicks.
Like Quintillo's not going to have like a weird earned run square, I guess.
Well,
where you're going to see the under
pitching out square.
Yeah, it's just weird because like it's all of his counting stat squares are going to be like super high because this is going to be the longest outing he's thrown. Yeah. So like some of them are going to look weird, and I do think that one's going more than, but like his other shit is going to look weird too. So kind of.
I'll be honest, Jovan. I want to take that first 5 under. It feels like a winner to me.
Let's go.
Can we put that puppy in there?
Yes.
Guardians, Astros, first 5 under 3.5. And I'll be honest, Jovan, I think the Phillies are winning tonight, man. Chat hated that play's guts. Hated it.
Understandably so, because it is Taiwan Walker.
Yeah. I think we put the Phillies in here too.
I'm in.
Phillies money line. I think we leave it at that. The Nats are really fucking juicy. Plus 170.
Are they winning though?
Yeah, they're winning. Put them in there. Fuck it. Nats in now. Hashtag Natitude. Let's go 4 plays, 4 winners. We got to be quick. 2-minute poll here. Quick. Yankees ML, Guardians Astros, first 5 under 3.5. We've got the Nats ML and the Phillies ML. 2 minutes. Hurry up. Go. Get involved. Lock in. If you're watching on YouTube, you're him. But you got to make your way over to the Twitch page. Gucci. What do you got over there, dudes? And I literally feel like people sabotage the poll.
Yeah. We're not serious in chat, man. We're not serious.
Oi. Get involved, chat. Lock in. Click the button of the play you love the most. Please. Okay? Click the button of the play you like the most. I'm voting for the Yankees because, knock on wood, more often than not, when we take the Yankees, good things happen because we hate that team's fucking guts, and we got to really like them to take them. Okay? 4 plays, 4 winners. Hurry up. Go. Trent, sorry for running over. I want you guys to all stick around, please, and pitch Trent a winner on the surge stream for today. Lord knows he needs it. Give Trent a sell job so fucking good that he has to take your play. Whether it's a PrizePicks square, whether it's a book play, give him a sell job that means something. Give him a sell job that comes from the heart. He could tell. Okay? Don't be nervous. He won't bite. Go up there and give him a winner. If you've never gone on before, today could be a good day to get involved. You know he splooges for first-timers. Okay? Get involved. And get those votes in. You got about 10 seconds left on the squad ride poll. Get involved. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go. Go. Come on. 4 plays, 4 winners. What's it going to be, Chad? Is it going to be the Nats or the fucking Yankees? Crazy. It might be Natitudes. Yup. Hashtag Natitudes. Maybe I've convinced more people to be Nats fans. Jovan, maybe it's not just those people DMing me.
Well, hopefully you don't have many more anti-Nats fans in your comments after tonight.
Big night. Tonight's a big one. Okay? Let's see how much those boys give a hoot. Let's go, Nats. All right. Chat, W's. I appreciate you guys. Great stream today. Stick around for the surge stream. We'll catch you guys next week on Monday. Okay, mark those damn calendars.